For assignment 3. So some background for my products, I have shoes, so lifestyle shoes, walking shoes, and sandals. And for the main requirements, I have to hold the session data in the cart, I have to fulfill my individual requirement, I have to use my cookie to maintain logs and status and for personalization, and I have to send an email of the invoice to the user after they confirm their purchase. And of course the previous requirements from assignment 1 and 2 as well. So how I did my individual requirement 2, IR2 was to allow a user to choose another attribute of the product and change the price based on this attribute. So I chose to do size. So if the customer chooses size 10, it'd be $5 more. I hard coded this using if statements on the cart page, invoice page, and for the email code as well. How I did the whole session and data in cart, I chose to add the quantity data and the size data to the cart via the same post request that validates my data. And then when a user accesses the cart, this cart data is run and then I put this for the invoice and the email as well as the cart. And to maintain login status with my cookie, I created a username and email cookie when the user logged in or registered. As long as the username cookie existed, this is how I maintained that they were logged in. To log out, I would just clear the username cookie, and I also used both of these cookies to personalize all the pages after login. And then to send the email of the invoice after confirming their purchase, I used NodeMailer. I hard-coded the code for the email on the server, and I put it into a variable that I then put into NodeMailer to send. And then now for a demo of my system. So this is my home page. From here you can go to the different pages, and then if I added, say, 1, and then if I chose $10, I can add it to my cart. Then you can see the original price is $100, and if I add it, it's now $105. And then from here I can also update the cart. I can put 3, and then or I can take it back down to 2, and the price changes. From here I can keep shopping. You see my cart updates with the updated amount. Go to another page, add a quantity in, add to cart. From here I can check out. If I'm not logged in yet, it'll direct me to the logged in page, and I can just log in. So now after I do that, it takes me back to the home page, and it says right here user's name is logged in, and this stays for all the pages. And I can go back to my cart, my session data is still there, and from here I can check out. So checkout takes me to my invoice page, and then from here I can confirm my purchase. And when I confirm my purchase is when I would remove the bought quantities from the inventory. And so this is my thank you page. It has personalization with the email and the name. And then as you see here, I just got an email with my invoice order in it. And then from here I can click this to log out and go back to the home page. So I'm logged out right here, and yeah, that was a little demo of my system. Now back to the presentation. So some of the architecture, I chose to focus on like the main points. So for calling session data, I actually did it the same as how I loaded my product data. So I have this GET request in my server that turns the request.session.cart from my server into a cart variable that I can use in my HTML pages. And in my HTML pages I used script source to load the cart.js, and then from here I can do it here. I declared the variables so var quantity life is equal to cart.lifestyle and then quantity life. So this is how I would call whatever quantities I put into the cart, and that's how I would load it back into my pages that needed that data. And then this is how I did my cookies for personalization. So after I made the cookie in my server page, I loaded it into, or I would use it on my HTML pages via document.cookie. For this one, I had to decode it and split it so I could get just the name string or just the email string. For this one, I just used the name string to determine if they're logged in or not. And then for my email, this is how I set up my mail server. So I use NodeMailer. I created a new like email account to send the emails from. So this is what that is. And then here, so var invoice equals invoice underscore string plus invoice underscore totals. These variables are what I declared before with the actual code for the email in it. So invoice string would be like my quantities and my product data, and then invoice totals was for like the subtotal, total, grand total table. So I combine these, and then this is what I'm sending, and then in my HTML I put this invoice variable, and then this is just code to see if it went through and to check for any errors and things like that. But yeah, that was my assignment 3. Thank you.